Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Sometimes you just have to stop pouring good money after bad. And given a firm with a terrible reputation has already had hundreds of millions of public money and now requires even more, despite blowing it all, despite not delivering the one thing it said it was going to deliver, and it's now saying if you don't give us the money we're going to close, then sometimes you have to just say, look, the time has come. You're going to have to close. We cannot keep putting public money into an organisation that has done nothing but fail. This organisation is Fergusson Marine, a company quite incapable of building boats. For all the money that's gone in, there is literally nothing to show for it, except headache, expense, embarrassment, and probably somewhere in the middle of it, criminal behaviour. You don't put £500 million into something and somebody doesn't get rich. And yet here we are. They are on their bended knees begging for another £40 million or they will go under. Well, I think the time has come to let them go. Evolution can be cruel, but it is the benefit for the rest of us if this one shipyard goes, simply because it's just been proven to be an absolute and complete waste of public money. Let's have a look at this story, see what's going on and see whether or not they should be backed or let to go and die. Here goes. So, Fergusson Marine future thrown into doubt despite millions upon millions upon millions of public cash being ploughed into it. The nationalised shipyard is facing material uncertainty after SNP ministers, and I love the way they use this, rejected the opportunity to invest an extra 40 million to upgrade and modernise the premises, despite already plunging hundreds of millions of pounds of public cash into it. It's not an opportunity to wank away a further 40 million of taxpayers' money. Instead of putting the 40 million into a failing business that cannot deliver on its promises, how about putting the 40 million into the NHS? That will do a lot more good for a lot more people. The future of nationalised shipyard Fergusson Marine has been plunged into doubt after the Scottish Government rejected a call for more cash to upgrade the site, and it was revealed that an extra 36 million has been handed to Port Glasgow Yard to finish the much delayed 2 ferries being built there. 36 million won't finish those. They're never going to be built. They're already basically consigned to the scrapyard. They've got to get them into a seaworthy condition so they can launch them and take them straight up to the breakers yard. That's literally what's going to happen with these ferries. They are rusting hulks. They're never going to carry a single passenger. Chief Executive David Tideman has asked the SNP executive to supply more public money, around 40 million, so it can build a plating line to make the facility more competitive and bid for new orders. Well, who is going to go to Fergusson Marine and ask them to build a boat when their record is so appallingly bad? They can go to... You could probably get one built in Hungary quicker and cheaper, and that's landlocked. You know, this is how bad it is. They don't. They go to Southeast Asia, don't they? Korea, the industry of Korea, they build those ships. Half the price, half the time, and not without all the cock-ups. And certainly with a lot less criminality, perhaps. The SNP executive has already ploughed hundreds of millions into the beleaguered Port Glasgow Yard, but this money is likely to be lost if it cannot win any contracts. Like I say, who is it going to win these contracts from? Mr Gray was blasted for claiming, this will be Neil Gray, I presume, will be blasted for claiming that he was bringing good news to MSPs on Tuesday during his parliamentary statement. Well, unless it's him announcing his resignation, there's no good news, is there? Scottish Tory shadow spokesman Graham Simpson said that workers will be watching and feeling a sense of despair. This is just down to bad management. It's not a lack of funds from central government. It's complete and utter awful management of a company that claims it can build basically 2 ferries. How hard can it be? And yet can't. David Tideman asked for tens of millions of pounds. That though Neil Gray did not tell us what that exact figure is, he's been very clear that a decision is the decision is time critical. My apologies. Now he's saying that he cannot proceed. He talked about securing a future based on promising order book, but there'll be no such order book without that investment. But why should they make the investment? Nobody's going to order from them because they've got this one so amazingly wrong. It is the way of things. People will look at it and go, yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to go over here and buy one from this company, which has a proven track record, rather than that company, which really, really doesn't. The Cabinet Secretary talks about needing to see a revised business plan, said Simpson, but he's unable to say what is lacking from the one before him. And it is a mystery why he thinks the yard has a future without further investment, because it does not feel that way. Mr Gray confirmed that the cost of the Glen Sannox had increased by an extra $32 million, with the Glen Rosa price tag increasing by 4.8. This means that the current cost of the taxpayer is more than £360 million for two rusting hulks that will never sail. An audit of Fergusson Marine was also published on Tuesday, which revealed that the business is facing material uncertainty about its future due to a lack of future work, after reporting a deficit of nearly $1 million in 22-23. Audit Scotland added, with no contracted work beyond completion of the two vessels, there remains uncertainty surrounding the future financial stability or sustainability of the organisation. Well, yeah, if you can't deliver, what do you expect? You can't expect the public to keep pumping in hard-earned money that they've been taxed on just to keep a board of directors in champagne and caviar, while the work itself is below acceptable quality, is late, is expensive, and will ultimately just be a complete and utter waste of what's likely to be about £500 million in total. Money that could have been spent elsewhere and done far more good. Mr Gray confirmed ministers had to reject the business case put forward by Mr Tideman, as they did not believe they'd be able to win the right contracts even with the new plating system. He added, it is vital that any investment support a business plan that reflects evolving circumstances, is genuinely deliverable and meets our legal requirements and subsidy controls. So we will leave no stone unturned in finding a way forward, and will consider all options for securing a future based on a promising order book. Yeah, a promising order book. That's the problem. There's no bloody orders. Nobody wants to buy anything from Fergusson Marine because they can do nothing but fail after fail after fail. It seems that they are in total alignment with the SNP, which has a very, very similar history. Anyway, so around there, I shall come up and we shall finish the video. Neil Gray really is a rather stupid man. Could you really imagine going to Parliament and asking the people in Parliament to throw another 40 million into a company that is going to go bankrupt? Let's make no bones about it. It's got no orders. It's got massive overheads. It's got two ferries that will end up, by the time they're finished, costing £500 million, which will never float, which will never carry anything, and which ultimately is £500 million that will be spent better had it been pumped into, well, just about anything else. You could have gone to, like I say, South Korea or something, said, look, just buy it, just build us a ferry. Here's what we need, bang, and just do it. But this, of course, was another example of politicians sticking their oar in, no pun intended, but basically sticking their noses in rather than just letting the experts get on and do it. And they wanted this and that and the other, and they were picking arbitrary figures and, oh, let's have that. Wouldn't it be nice if this? No, just build us a damn ferry, put some seats on it, a couple of car decks, off you go. Not hard. Not hard. You know, go to someone who knows what they're doing and get them to build it for at least half the price, if not less than half the price. And the rest of that money could have been invested. Schools, education, social care, you name it, would have done far more good. But typical of the SNP, fail after fail after fail. Anyway, I shall round this one off. Thank you very much for watching. Hope it's been illuminating. Do please hit the subscribe button and the like button while you're there. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.